Hey there, I'm Angela Sharp, and welcome to the Daily Mix. We had quite the weekend here in St. Louis. Arch Madness was downtown. Of course, the soccer, that started up. There was just so much going on. I'll talk a little bit more about that later on, but I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I had an excellent weekend full of lots of fun activities, but the one I was going to tell you about today was I got to join some of my Firebird friends over the weekend. So Firebird Fest is coming up in May, but we did like a test poker run. A lot of people come from out of town, so those of us that are local got to do this test poker run. So all of us Firebirds gathered around together, and then there's us all stopping to eat lunch at Sonic, which was a lot of fun. But I love hanging out with these guys. Every time I can hang out with my Firebird friends, I love to be able to do it. But this time was extra special because my car, you will see on the left there, it's a rare color. It's called medium blue metallic, and it was only made in 1999. And as you know, there's not a lot of Firebirds left. In fact, a lot of people go through what number your car is depending on what you have. Mine is one of 41. The one on the other side of your screen is one of 4. And I've never got to hang out and drive with another one that looks just like mine. Well, it looks like it could be the dad to mine. Like, you can tell mine is the lesser model, even kind of a girl car, right? But it was so much fun to get able to hang out with him. That's Nathan who owns that. And then if you know me, you know my favorite color in real life is orange. So I took a picture of the orange with the 2 blues right there and us standing by our car. So it was a lot of fun. I just love being able to hang out with those guys. Well, I did that on Saturday. And as you know, Saturday night was the opening of City SC. But before I went there, and I'll tell you about that later on. But the week before that, I got to go kind of take a backstage tour, right? To kind of see what it was all gonna be about. I'm gonna show you everything backstage you wanna see in the locker room. I've got that for you. That's coming up a little bit later on in the show. So let's get started on the Daily Mix. Are you ready for longer days? You know I am. So this is the one time I'm not going to be mad about losing an hour of sleep this weekend. That's right. This Sunday is the start of daylight savings time, and hopefully we can keep it this way because we all want more daytime in the nighttime, right? So before you go to bed on Saturday night, make sure you move your clock ahead 1 hour. That's going to give us a little extra light. And then, as you know, the sun changes. Eventually, we will be able to hang out until, you know, maybe like 8, 9 o'clock before the sun goes down. And we all love that. Longer days make me so very happy. You know what else makes me happy? Seeing people recognized for their great work they're doing. Like our very own Joe Brown. He's right over there. I can almost see him. He's in the control room right over there. He's had quite the Monday today, but he's working through it. The Urban League of Metropolitan St. Louis recently celebrated the accomplishments of 14 outstanding African-American media professionals in its Salute to Excellence in Communications and Media event. Joe is an important part of our team, not just on this show and on my adventures, but also to the station as a whole. So we couldn't be more proud to see him among the honorees in such an outstanding group of professionals. And didn't he look very sharp there in that video we played? He looked really good there. I also want to point out that Jade Harrell, who can be seen hosting STL TV's Let's Talk, was also among the honorees. So a huge congratulations to both of them. Very well deserved. Now, March is Women History Month, and this year's theme is celebrating women who tell our stories. The Missouri History Museum is celebrating all month long with a wide variety of programs and topics that include Black women in media, mid-century women, women and girls empowerment, the involvement and influence the National Association of Colored Women's Clubs had over the 19 World's Fair, and more. You can find a full schedule and learn more about everything they have going on at mohistory.org. Now, this weekend kicks off the Jay's 28th annual St. Louis Jewish Film Festival. This year's festival returns in person and for the first time in its entire history will be co-sponsored by Cinema St. Louis. The 5-day festival offers a variety of documentary and feature films from around the world with universal themes that are meant to appeal to everyone, regardless of faith. The festival kicks off this Sunday, March 12th, and continues through March 16th. You can find a full list of films, trailers, and information at stljewishfilmfestival.org. All right, now St. Patrick's Day is still a little over a week away, but you can celebrate this weekend downtown at the 54th annual St. Patrick's Day Parade. The parade is regularly considered one of the top in the country, with more than 120 units, including marching bands and dancers, floats, I love giant balloons, and so much more. Now this year, for the first time in a long time, the Budweiser Clydesdales will be marching in the parade, which is so fun to see them. They were actually at the St. Louis City kickoff event this weekend as well. The festivities kick off with the annual St. Patrick's Day Parade 5-mile run, which supports the Backstoppers, St. Patrick's Center, Atlanta's Public Schools, and Kids Rock Cancer. After that, enjoy the parade down Market Street. It's all happening this Saturday, March 11th, in downtown St. Louis. You can learn more about the run and the parade at irishparade.org. Amazing parades and festivals are just a couple of the things we love about St. Louis. Showing love for St. Louis is what 314 Day is all about. But really, there's so much to celebrate. One day just isn't enough. 314 Day festivities are kicking off this Friday, March 10th, and running all the three through Tuesday, March 14th, with a thrilling lineup of events celebrating and highlighting local makers, musicians, artists, businesses, and more that are all proud to be STL made. Some of the events include Expo at the Armory, a concert at Ballpark Village, and a neighborhood crawl. That's just to name a few. STL TV's Andy Rizika recently sat down with co-founder Tatum Polk and got all the details, so you definitely want to check out that interview and check out the stl.com/314day for a full list of those events, celebrations, and specials for 314 Day. Another event they have planned is the tailgate party. Well, they don't have it planned. The actual Battlehawks have something planned for you guys, right? It's a tailgate party for the St. Louis Battlehawks home opener. So that's right, after 3 long years, the Battlehawks are back in St. Louis. So this is very exciting. If you remember back in 2020, we were really rocking it here. We were so happy to have football back in action. They were even gonna open the upper deck. Well, then COVID happened and that was sad. However, they have opened the upper deck now and we are ready. Now your Battlehawks are going into their home opener with a 2-1 lead, which is so much fun and you gotta love it. Now I will actually be down there. I will be emceeing the outside parade, like party parade. That's me. We had a Battlehawks photo shoot, by the way. So I'll be out there with a guy named D Smooth. We'll be out there, we'll have games, we'll have prizes, we will have a DJ. Here's the group of all the fan entertainment. Let me go through this. So all the way in the back there, that's D Smooth. The guy in the polo right behind me, that is Randy. He's gonna be the PA announcer. You might know him from doing some PA for the Mizzou Tigers football, right? The girl, that's not me, well, that's Carly. Carly took over for me when I left the Blues after my 11th season, so she took over for a couple years. Of course, you'll notice everybody's friend that I'm sitting next to is friend of the show, Shorty. He is also there, and then we have Cuddy over there. Everybody knows DJ Cuddy. So DJ Cuddy will be your in-game. Carly and Reggie will also be in-game. I will be outside with D Smooth and then Randy, but D Smooth and I, we're gonna make our way inside. We've got a little something special planned. I've had so many people asking me what's gonna happen outside at this pep rally. I know football fans love to tailgate. We're gonna have plenty of games, prizes, and fun. People have asked if that football team is gonna be making its way on through. And all I can say officially is you'll have to come check it out and see. See what I did there? The Battlehawks will be taking on the Renegades in their home opener this Sunday at 3 o'clock at the Dome. Check out xflbattlehawks.com for all the details. I'm super excited about that. I'm super excited about everything sports related. We are really getting into like that the really good time of sports here in St. Louis, right? You got the XFL, you've got the St. Louis City FC, baseball's just around the corner. I mean, this is gonna be a good time. So So of course that comes with the City SC's historic home opener that they just had this past weekend. Saturday was insane. I went down there after my friends with the Firebirds, and we had such a great time. I mean, talk about running into everyone you know down there. Everyone was down there. They had a couple of different places you could take photos. They had face painting. They had a lot of like awesome things just happening out there. Plenty of bands and music and food trucks and alcohol sales, because you know St. Louis loves any excuse to drink, right? So that was down there too. But people were really pumped, and of course all the bars surrounding that area were just packed full of people wanting to watch the soccer game. So much fun was had. So much fun. I can't wait to see if they can continue this down the line. It's going to be so much fun. And of course they won. So, you know, winning your home opener, your first ever opener actually here in St. Louis, is even great. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the show, before all this happened, I got to go down and got to take a behind the scenes tour. We got to walk around, go in the locker room, check it all out, and give you maybe a different viewpoint than you've seen. So check this out. I caught up with Matt Sebek, the Chief Experience Officer here at St. Louis City SC. Chief Experience, and everybody's pumped for these games to start. You've got a lot going on here. Where are we at right now?
We are in Pitch Club, so the west side of our stadium is really the premium areas of our stadium. So it's called Pitch Club because we are literally pitch level, as we'll see. So we'll walk right out onto the field like our players do. Elevated food and beverage experience down here, only for about 400 guests, so super elevated. Above that, we have another club, we have suites, we have press box. So the west side is, pretty clean. So if you have a premium ticket, you know exactly where you're going.
I kind of like how all of that is on one side of the stadium, which is great. But let's talk about those everyday regular fans. There's a lot of those coming to the game. What can they experience?
I think it's a soccer city, but not a lot of people have attended a professional soccer game before. Right. And it is it's a tribal communal experience. It's high energy. It's fast paced. The clock doesn't stop, so there's constant movement. It's going to be a blast. So 22,500 people, and it's going to be crazy in here.
Now, you just announced something just today about sustainability.
Yeah.
Kind of walk me through what that's all going to happen and contain.
We really, from the beginning, wanted this stadium to be a mix of high tech and high touch. So from the tech side, all the bells and whistles that we're pretty proud about. But on the high touch side, we wanted it to be tech forward, but also environmentally responsible. And so this stadium will open as a zero waste facility. So we've thought very deliberately about the partners and vendors that we bring in, knowing that we really want to reuse, reduce, and recycle everything that's brought into this space. So we have no single-use plastics. We have, low-flow plumbing, environmentally responsible lighting. So we've really, end-to-end have thought about how to not only be a good soccer facility, but a really great neighbor to the region.
Well, it's interesting to look at basically what I'm going to consider the trash can.
Yeah.
Right. You've got three little areas, and the regular old trash section is the smallest because you really are thinking there's not going to be a whole lot of waste.
There really shouldn't be anything or a minimal amount that goes into the actual landfill. So we really, with all of our products that we control, it should go straight to recycling and compost. And we have both of those, dual stream sorting here on site. So as much it is a fan responsibility, our back of house and operations are fully equipped to handle this. So it's pretty exciting to start this way and not have to, kind of retrofit processes that are already in place.
That's got to be the first in the area, sports teams that's doing that. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
All right, now what are you thinking about the team itself? Because, a new team, like you said, there's a huge soccer base here in St. Louis, but what are people going to expect from the actual team?
It's going to be exciting. This is, Lutz Pfennenstiel is our sporting director, a bit of an icon in the soccer landscape, has been played and been everywhere. So we really took bits of that philosophy and put it into, the recipe that he's creating here. It's going to be a fast-paced, high-pressing, I think a blue-collar style that our fans are really going to appreciate. A lot of very young, athletic players that are up-and-comers So I think it's going to be a really exciting style of play.
Might be able to see somebody before they really hit it big.
That's the hope. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I love that.
Yeah.
No, I've actually been to a game in Nashville, and I know that they do a whole show. There's, chants, and is that in store here?
It is, yeah, and that's that tribal, visceral experience we're talking about, where this isn't, we play top 40 hits all game. There is our supporter group is in the north stand of our stadium here at CITYPARK, and it's about 3,000 fans, and they will be singing, chanting, banging drums, playing instruments all game, waving flags, and so it really is, in a way, they are the heartbeat of that experience, and what we can do on the team side really just surrounds that. So it's going to be something that St. Louis has never seen before.
That's super exciting. Well, do you think you could maybe walk us around and give us the behind-the-scenes story here?
Absolutely.
I love that.
Yeah.
Let's go for a walk. Okay, so this is what you were talking about.
This is our north end, and so this is our supporter section. About 3,000 seats, so you can see the seats are locked into place.
Seats don't move.
No, they don't. They don't move.
I don't get to sit here.
No.
Okay, I hold on though.
Yeah, so you hold on because it is jumping, screaming, chanting, all game.
Woo!
Yeah. See, so it's there, okay, but you have a cup holder.
Just in case. Oh, you have to have a cup holder.
But you can see, even we're 3 rows now, but you can see how steep this is. So the grade of this will create a bit of a wall atmosphere and be very loud and imposing for the visiting teams.
That is great, and of course you put it on that side so it's closest to the visiting team, which
right.
I love.
Yeah. Fans are by and large in their seats while the games are going on. So 45-minute first half, 45-minute second half, and it's divided by really just a 15-minute halftime. So at halftime we'll have 3,000 people that all rush out in here,
all come here,
and they want something to eat or drink. So we thought very deliberately about how to solve those problems. One of the ways is through these little market stalls that we designed ourselves, and they're meant to feel kind of like New York, Central Park, little stand where you just get a quick bite to eat. So we have 23 of these throughout the stadium, and they really are meant to feel like a little festival. So it's not meant to get a whole meal here, but Padrino's, another local partner on South Grand, you just pick up a street taco, you go to the next one, you get a pretzel, you go to the next one, you get a bao slider.
So kind of keep it.
Yeah, so there's a lot of variety, there's a lot of discovery that happens. So by these little stands that they can cook on site, it'll hopefully spread the lines out, which is helpful.
That is very helpful. And what is behind us?
And so in here, we've got really the high-tech side. So these were supposed to be traditional concession stands with 8 lines where you grab you order, you grab your food, you stand in line, and the average transaction time takes about 8 minutes to do that at a traditional stadium. Okay. What this is leveraging technology that really excelled and elevated during the pandemic. This is a frictionless market. So what happens here is I come in, I scan my credit card.
You scan your credit card first.
Scan your credit card first.
Okay.
And then these turnstiles will go up. So we can walk in together. And now through the use of camera tracking technology above.
Holy cow, look at all those cameras.
And sensors in these shelves, kind of like a hotel mini bar, I can grab hot food. So I can grab a slice of pizza.
Off here.
I can grab a bag of popcorn. I can grab water, a beer, and then we're just going to walk out. And it knows what I put in my hands.
No, it does not.
Or what I put back. And so we can get people in and out of here in 30 seconds or less. We're overlooking Lou Fuse Plaza now.
Okay.
And this is, 100,000 square feet of green space, but comes really our fan zone. So
and that is outside.
It's outside.
Okay.
Yeah, and so 2 gates that fans can go in, but with tickets being in such high demand, we wanted to create incentives for people to come down. And if you don't have a ticket, it's still the best party in town. But the views here, this is at our soft open in November, there were families lined up in this corner taking photos of the wheel in the background, which is lit up at night, Union Station.
Yeah.
Great views of the field right here.
You really do. This is a spot to bring a tourist who maybe isn't all that interested in the outcome of the game, but they get to see a game and they kind of take it all in and then just turn around and see all our St. Louis favorites.
It is beautiful, and that's what on the experience side, we can't control the results on the field,
right?
But we can make sure it's a pride-inducing moment.
Boom! Can't wait.
So, a training center right across the street, that facility is really where our players do the majority of their work.
Okay.
And that space in the training center looks exactly the same as our locker room in stadium. So it's kind of like practice how you play, but this will give you a peek at what the locker room looks like.
What we got going on here. So you've got your little ice bath, you got your little tables over there. And then what does this look like? Ooh.
So here's our...
Well, this is really neat. Look at me pretending to be a player again.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
It's very clean.
It's very clean.
It is the only curved room in the entire building. Everything else is very 90-degree, clean lines, good perspective. But this is, again, the German influence of our sporting director, Lutz Pfannenstiel, wanted this to feel like a Knights of the Round Table, no corner, so there's no hidden conversation.
Love it.
Whether you're the first one on the roster or the 25th, you feel a part of the conversation.
Yeah, you're definitely a part of it. Now, what happens in this middle part?
It's just, again, it's kind of like where the family meets to have dinner.
Right.
It's just kind of the Knights of the Round Table. They gather around. You got the crest on the ceiling. That's so iconic. So it's a pretty cozy place, but deliberately so.
Very neat. This is very neat. Okay, so you said we were right here on the field level.
Yes, this is Pitch Club, and even before we walk out, one of the cool things is our visiting locker room is on the south end of the stadium, behind that wall. Okay. Our home locker room's on that side of the wall. So before the game, the players will come out of their tunnels and actually line up right where we are right here. Oh. So if you're a member of this club, you really have unfettered access to the players right here. So
that's really cool.
And so the players will make their way out on the field just like we'll do right now.
Just like this, all right.
Yeah.
This is very great. Look at that. I mean, it looks big when you're up in the stands, but it looks really big from down here.
I know, and it's 22,500. I still think it looks bigger than that.
Yeah, it's huge.
And, the reason why is, we brought in two architects, HOK, designed stadiums all across the world, and a woman named Julie Snow, who really designs more civic centers. And what they do is really study the surrounding neighborhood. So you see these hits throughout the corners and these peaks of the city and throughout the concourse. So I think the fact that it's very airy and you can see the surrounding neighborhoods makes it feel a lot bigger. It plays with your eyes a bit.
There's a great spot where we started up at the very top where you can totally see the arch through one of those, and that's great.
Very deliberate. The arch, Union Station, police headquarters, and those views actually get better as you go up, which is really unique.
And then let's talk about how, first of all, everybody loves the city in the seats. But I also like the sprinkling of the red and the dark blue.
Yeah.
Whose imagination was that?
It really, it came out of, in the pandemic, there were a lot of, soccer stadiums that were open, but fans weren't allowed in. So because the stadiums were empty, teams started to sprinkle these colors throughout, so it gave it a vibrance or an energy.
Yes.
On game day, it won't matter because the seats will all be full.
Right, these will be totally full.
Yeah,
when you guys
but
get
it's
here to game
it
day.
adds a nice color. The drone shots really look cool as it fades from blue to our city red signature color.
You guys are definitely going to want to check them out on all their social media channels to see what they have planned. And like they mentioned in there, there's a great area, even if you don't have tickets, to kind of hang out, and you can still hear all the vibes and the sounds from the game, making it a lot of fun. After you check them out, don't forget to follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, and drop us a line at thedailymix@stltv.net. We want to hear from you. Let me know where I should go next, where you want to see behind the scenes of. Maybe we can make that happen for you. That's going to do it for the Daily Mix, but keep it right here on STL TV and Experience St. Louis. I'll see you next time.